My name is Christine Nyakundi, and I will be presenting to you data analysis findings on the association between sugar-sweetened beverage consumption and BMI using Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance System BRFSS and presentation of results with a proposed intervention for New York State. The analysis was done using BRFSS 2016 to assess the association of BMI and sugar-sweetened beverage consumption in the state of New York. In 2013-2014 statistics, approximately a third New York City adults were obese and 23% reported taking at least one SSB a day. New York data indicates 1 in every 5 kindergartner and 1 in every 4 Head Start child is reported being obese. BRFSS collects data on U.S. residents regarding their health-related behavior and health conditions. BRFSS used phone surveys on random New York residents who were 18 years or older and obtained self-reported data for this study. The study outcome was BMI categorized as normal weight, overweight, and obese. Underweight and morbidly obese individuals were excluded. The exposure of interest was sugar-sweetened beverages, combined and categorized in 4 levels. The covariates used was sex, age, and those who are over 80 were recorded as 80, whether or not one was Hispanic, race, education, income, physical activity in the last 30 days, and a diagnosis of stroke, heart disease, heart attack, or diabetes. Crude and linear regression was run to examine linear association between SSB and BMI before and after adjusting for covariates. Stata, a statistical analysis software, was used to assess linearity, and low violation was found. BRFSS obtained data, and it was restricted to New York residents only for this study, and after data cleaning, 22,572 responses were used. The table here indicates the participants' characteristic by weight status. The percentage of those who reported having a high school diploma or less were of normal weight were 31%, and 37% of them were overweight and 43% obese. 8% of the participants reported having cardiac disease, and of whom 5% were of normal weight, 9% overweight, and 11% obese. The table here indicates the association of BMI with sugar-sweetened beverage consumption, adjusted and unadjusted linear regression. A linear regression analysis yielded significant association of sugar-sweetened beverages and BMI in those who consumed more than 7 beverages a week in an adjusted regression, whereas the unadjusted regression, an increase of 0.47 units in BMI and a 7% confidence interval with a p-value of 0.02. Being female, not of Hispanic ethnicity, and being a college graduate were associated with a lower BMI, minus 0.81, minus 0.52, and minus 8.2 units and 0.82 unit BMI respectively, with a p-value of less than 0.001. Reporting no physical activity in the last 30 days was associated with an increase of 0.73 units BMI. The findings to this study analysis indicates an association of SSB and BMI. Higher intake of SSB among residents of New York is associated with higher BMI. This indicates that eliminating consumption of SSB will reduce the risk of being overweight. These findings indicate a need for public health education and programs that will aid promote the consumption of water in place of sugar-sweetened beverages in an effort to control being overweight or obese. Future studies should include data on availability of water or SSB in schools or workplaces to better understand healthy behavior patterns in selecting beverages of choice. The H2GO Behavior Intervention Program is a proposed intervention which uses the social ecological model. Data shows obesity begins early in life. The targeted group is primary school children in a boys and girls club and their parents who are zoned to public housing and receive free meals at a school. This group of children are less likely to have parents who are college graduates. H2GO is guided by the social cognitive theory and the social ecological model and targets beverage knowledge, attitude, and behaviors through youth-produced messages and narratives to reduce SSB intake and encourage water intake and parent-child activity. The primary outcomes are the child and parental SSB and water intake. The secondary outcomes include the child and parental knowledge and attitudes related to SSB. Additional outcome includes the children's height, weight, and waist circumference measurements, other dietary behaviors, and physical activity. Interventions would be 1 hour long, twice a week group intervention meetings, which will be held in the community and include topics on health modules, such as understanding the benefits of water, sampling different types of fruit-flavored water, identifying SSB, exploring the local grocery store, identifying barriers and facilitators to drinking water, and managing triggers for SSB. Meetings will involve interactive activities for the children and parents to foster understanding of the program and logging of water and SSB intake. Logs will be reviewed monthly and anthropometrics such as weight and waist circumferences will be taken. Interventions that empower children as behavior change agents within their family have potential to enhance child behavior change and parental engagement. I believe that this presentation on the association of sugar-sweetened beverages and BMI will be beneficial in bringing about and implementing change in communities that would support healthy eating and living as a response to address obesity epidemic.